In a cozy little apartment in Kerala, Piku, a tiny ginger cat with the softest fur and the most curious whiskers, lived with her best friend Ammu. Piku was a bundle of joy, always chasing sunbeams, leaping after butterflies, and finding her way into the funniest places. But Piku had one favorite activity: watching the world from the big windows of their third story apartment. One warm afternoon, as the monsoon breeze carried the smell of the rain, Piku spotted a little bird perched on the neighbor's mango tree. Her eyes sparkled with excitement. She stood pawing at the glass. Meow, meow, she chirped as if trying to talk to the bird. Ammu giggled. Oh, Piku, do you think that bird can hear you? But then Piku did something unexpected. She nudged open the window which Ammu had forgotten to secure. Piku leaned out too far, and with the sudden gust of wind, she lost her balance. Ammu gasped in horror as Piku tumbled down. What do you think will happen if a cat falls from a three-story building? You all know that cats are famous for their agility to land on their feet. But when falling from lower heights, they don't always have enough time to adjust. Piku hit the ground awkwardly. Amu rushed down the stairs. Her heart was pounding. She found Piku limping but alive. Thank God. Scooping her up gently, she rushed to the vet. You are lucky, the vet said, examining Piku. She has a sprained leg, but this could have been much worse. This is what we call the high rise syndrome, when cats fall from high places and get seriously injured. Ammu's eyes widened, but Piku always lands on her feet, right? The vet smiled gently. That is a common myth. While cats do have a righting reflex that helps them twist their bodies in midair, they aren't invincible. Falls from lower heights like a third or fourth floor are tricky because they don't get enough time to position themselves properly. They often land on their legs, leading to broken bones. Ammu gulped. I never thought about that. Many cat owners don't. The vet continued. People assume cats are safe because they are agile. But even a small fall can be dangerous. Ammu promised to be more careful. She secured all the windows, making sure that Pico couldn't nudge them open again. Weeks later, Piku had fully healed and was back to her playful self. This time, Amu made sure to install sturdy screens on all the windows. But one day, Piku found her onto the balcony while Amu was watering the plants. She was chasing a butterfly. Her tail was swishing with excitement. And then she leaped into the railing. What do you think will happen if a cat falls from a fifth story building? The vet had once asked Ammu. Ammu suddenly remembered cats falling from mid range heights are at serious risk. They have time to twist in the air, but not enough to spread their legs properly. The impact can cause severe fractures or spinal injuries. Piku, Ammu cried, rushing forward just in time to grab her mischievous fur ball. Piku blinked innocently, completely unaware of the danger she had just escaped. Piku, you are going to give me heart attack. Ammu scolded. One evening, Ammu's neighbor shared a chilling story. My friend's cat, fell from a 10th floor window. She survived, but she had broken ribs. Ammu shuddered. She recalled what the vet had explained. When cats fall from higher floors, they have more time to twist and position their bodies. They spread their legs out, acting like tiny parachutes, slowing their fall slightly. But the force of the impact is still too strong. Serious injuries are almost always guaranteed. Ammu couldn't even imagine what would happen if Piku fall from a 25-story building. The injuries could be very fatal. From that day onwards, Ammu became extra careful. She secured every window, added screens to the balcony, and even created a small enclosed play area where Piku could enjoy the fresh air without the risk of falling. But Piku, being Piku, found new ways to entertain herself. She learned that chasing toys, hiding in boxes, and snuggling with Amu were just as fun as climbing dangerous places. Through Piku's adventures, Amu learned an important truth. Cats are always full of curiosity and life, but they rely on us to keep them safe. High rise syndrome is completely preventable with a little care and thought. So, here is what you can do to keep your cat very safe. Secure all windows and balconies with sturdy screens. Never assume that your cat is too smart. Accidents always happen. Provide safe and enclosed spaces for your cat to explore without danger. Many pet owners don't realize the risk of high rise syndrome. Amu looked at Piku, who was now curled up beside her, purring softly. You are my little troublemaker, but I will always ensure that you are safe, she whispered. Piku stretched out and let out a tiny meow and fell asleep, dreaming of butterflies, bookshelves, and safe adventures.